welcome back to my channel. This is Embrace with Christina. If you are joining me for the first time, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on videos just like this. And if you are a long-term subscriber, welcome back. So keep in mind as you're watching this review that this is going to be based on my experience in 2021. So around this time, actually no, in April 2021 is when I stayed at the Avenue of the Arts Hotel in Costa Mesa, California. And so my experience may be different than yours. Like if you go and stay at this hotel now, it might be different. Like for one, the price. Inflation is everywhere, so I can't guarantee that these prices that I paid and the experience I had will be the same experience that you will have, but hopefully it is, because this hotel did a lot of things right, and so hopefully the same staff is there and they have the same practices that are in place. So first, let me talk about how I found this hotel. So I found this hotel doing a basic Google search. I didn't know where I wanted to stay for my staycation at that time, and I knew I wanted to at least be by the beach in a beach community. So I said, okay, why not Orange County? So I kind of looked around and I found Costa Mesa. And I remember the last time I was there, it was like, I think 2010, so it had been a while. And so I knew I wanted to stay in a 4-star hotel. I wanted to stay in something more luxury, upscale. And then I came across this one. So I went on to the Marriott website. I went to some different ones, but Marriott, went there and then was kind of scrolling through and I saw this hotel. And what I liked is that it was very much like my aesthetic, very luxe boho. Everything just looks so beautiful, and the colors, they use a lot of golds and magentas and just natural tones and of like tan and brown and just all of that. So aesthetically it caught my attention, and so I looked at the room, looked at how everything was laid out, and I was like, this is the hotel. So I went ahead and booked the hotel, and the price I paid at that time was $124, and that was for a city view room. So that was the cheapest that I could find. I think that's the cheapest room they have. Now I want to say the reason why this room was $124 is because I booked it on an off-peak season, and I highly advise that if you are going to do a luxury hotel, any hotel that has a higher price point, that you book in an off-peak season, because you're going to get a much better price for that room opposed to you booking in a high traffic season, of course. So for instance, the Ritz-Carlton that's in the Palm Springs kind of area, that hotel during the summer of that year was like $250 a night. And that's because during that time it is blazing hot and no one really wants to stay in Palm Springs area because it does get that hot. But if you don't mind the heat, you can go stay at the Ritz-Carlton for $250. But this video is not about the Ritz-Carlton, but just to put it into perspective, because the same hotel chain by the beach in like Santa Barbara was double the price. So that's just to let you guys just know how much prices do change off-peak versus peak. Another thing is we were coming straight off of the pandemic and things opening up again, so that may have also been a factor into the price. So just please keep that in mind as well when you are doing your searching for hotels. One benefit to booking in an off-peak is that, one, there's way less people. So if you don't like having a lot of people just in and out of a hotel and you want to feel more like you're there by yourself, then that's a good time to book the hotel. Another thing about off-peak is you're more likely to get a lot of perks and upgraded perks as a result of you doing that, because they have tons of rooms available and they just have like more, I guess, amenities to go around. Like you don't have to like share the amenities or wait for those amenities, so You don't have to like wait for someone to be done at the pool because maybe there's too many people. It's like there's not really a lot of people, so you can go and enjoy that. Another thing to know is parking for this hotel. It was $27 a day at the time that I booked it. So again, this price may be the same or it may not, but it is $27 a day. Once you book your hotel and you get there and you park, you will get you can get the little ticket from the machine, but you don't have to worry about it because they have everything in the system, so they already know, you're staying there, so don't even worry about the ticket. Or hourly parking is $5 an hour in case someone comes to visit you. But depending on how long they're going to stay to visit you, they might as well just pay like the day rate. But yeah, $27. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's not bad, because at the same time, I saw like hotels that were charging like $50, $56 a day to just park. So price was really good on parking. The room rate was really good. So I was like, why not? Let me go ahead and just book this. And I'm so glad I did, because I had an amazing time. And so I'm going to break this down kind of into like a pros and cons. I will just talk about things separately. So I'm going to talk about the hotel separately and then the restaurant that's attached to it separately. All right, so let's dive into the area. So the area again is Orange County, close to the beach. You have like Laguna Beach, that's not too far. You have all kinds of beaches. I believe Huntington Beach is not too far. So you could pretty much just drive down the Pacific Coast Highway and you'll run into all the different beaches. You go a little bit further, you run into like Dana Point, I believe, or San Clemente. Let me make sure I'm not getting that mixed up. I know I've been gone from Cali like a few good months now, so hopefully I'm not forgetting where the beaches are. But either way, if you wanted to just stay on Pacific Coast Highway, say you're vacationing and you want to just drive down that highway just to see all the beaches you can, you will run into all the beaches. So just a little road trip if that's something you want to do. Costa Mesa is nestled right underneath Santa Ana, and it's also, let me see, west, I think, to the west of Irvine. So all these other like major cities are close by, so you don't have to worry about like you're far away from things. That's one thing I do like about Costa Mesa, is that it's just this nice little like quiet community that's nestled in between these other bigger, larger cities, and you just still get that really strong beach community feel. And as mentioned in my luxury hotel and shopping vlog, this hotel is located right down the street from South Coast Plaza, which is a luxury indoor shopping mall. Tons of levels. It's a highly successful mall. I highly encourage you to go and shop this mall, even if you just walk around. There's just so many like wonderful high-end luxury stores in there. So take some time out to go there. If you're staying at Avenue of the Arts, you can literally just walk there and then just walk back, or even if you don't feel like driving, like just Uber over there. Girls across the street. So just Uber over there and Uber back, particularly if you're going to be buying a lot of stuff or doing a lot of shopping. It's up to you. But anyway, so that's about the area and what's close by. And keep in mind too, this will come in handy later with something else I'm about to say later on in regards to the restaurant. But just know that there's plenty of wonderful restaurants and eating spots around in Santa Ana and Irvine and in the neighboring beach community, so you don't necessarily have to just eat at the restaurant. So I just wanted to get that in real quick. All right, so the hotel and what I loved about the hotel. So okay, first of all, aesthetically beautiful. Everything is just, the interior design is just laid out so perfectly. It very much reflects the name, Avenue of the Arts. And again, it's a luxury boho kind of vibe and energy, very elegant. There's definitely this gracefulness to it. It's just, you just feel so like posh and relaxed, and it just this nice like contemporary vibe in there too. So it's everything. It's a perfect mix. whoever did the interior design, shout outs to them, because they did an amazing job on this hotel. From the moment you walk in and from the moment you park and walk in, the parking structure is literally, it's just right next door, and it's just a quick little walk to the front of the hotel. And that's really important because when it comes to safety, particularly for solo travelers and women travelers, when you're parking in a parking structure and then having to walk to the front of the hotel, it's just nice to know that it's a very quick walk, and you don't have to be like walking from way over there to get to the front just so you can get to your room. So that's one thing that I want to also mention and make a strong point about. So that's something that I really liked, was the convenience of that. And there's bellboys, there's bellmen, let me say bellmen. There's bellmen, and there's all kinds of people, you know, workers that are walking around too. So like the safety level is high. You know, you'll definitely be very, very safe here. The friendliness, everyone was so friendly. Just people who are coming in and out friendly, saying hello, good morning, good afternoon. When I went inside, you know, someone greeted me immediately at the front desk, and everything was set. You know, everything was set because I had booked and confirmed everything online and checked in online. So all I had to do was pick up the key. She gave me the key. She gave me the key to the little like a mini bar or whatever it is, the refrigerator. But girl, you know, these luxury hotels and these higher end hotels, you open that fridge, that's gonna cost you. So I didn't use it. I did not use it, but I did hold on to the key, but I ended up not even using it. But it was really, really nice. And here's the part where I said I got that upgrade. So when I got to the room, it ended up being a different room, and it actually was a much better room too. So when you see the room I booked, it ended up being a pool view room instead of the city view room. And as I was going to the room, you know, just looking out the window and seeing the waterfalls and seeing the courtyard, and then getting to the elevator, it was just really nice. And in between, on the back side of the hotel, there's like a little pond that's in the middle, and on the other side of that pond is like luxury apartments. So people, there's actual like residents living on the other side, but there's a round sidewalk that goes around. So if you want to, you can get up early in the morning, you can go and do a walk, take a jog, whatever you want to do, and walk around the pond. And it's just so nice. It's just so nice. Yeah, that was my experience from the jump. Everything was just starting off just so lovely, and it was so great. And there's much more. Another thing was that it was very, very easy to navigate the hotel to get to my room. Now, you know, some hotels you'll go to and it's so easy to get lost, because you're just like, where do I go right? Do I go left? Because the way they have it, the layout is just so confusing. But the layout here is not confusing. It's easy to find your room. It's easy to know where you're going and where you are. So just know that's something too, because again, to me, I feel like that's great for safety. So you're not getting lost, because you just never know, and you don't want to have a lot of time that's passing where, I don't know, someone could be watching you and seeing where you're going, or can try to maximize on that opportunity, take advantage of that opportunity that you're lost and you don't know where you're going. So it's just like, you know, just being careful, but it's good that you do know it is easy to get to your room and to get to your room quickly. Other than that, of course, the view was great. Y'all saw in the video that pool view was, oh my gosh, that pool view was amazing. It was great. As soon as I drew back those curtains and I looked outside, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Because at that point, when I took that staycation, I was dealing with a lot, and I was just stressed out, and I really needed time to reset, and that was the perfect reset. The Lord was just good to me. I was like, that's all I could do was just like sigh in relief. And So, you know, this was that type of vacation, and this was that type of trip for me, is where it's just like I could just relax. And honestly, that's what you're supposed to do on vacation, is just relax. It should not be a stressful thing. It should not be there's all these details and things going on. It should be seamless and easy. And this is why I recommend luxury and upscale hotels, because of the amenities, the accommodations. And I do want to reiterate this again, I mentioned this in my vlog video, was that the hotel was clean, spotlessly clean. Again, coming out of that pandemic and things opening up again, that was very important to me, that I was staying in a clean hotel. It was just like, as I was staying there, I literally was like, dang, can this experience get any better? You know, everything is just so lovely. Everything is so good. And you know, and mind you, nothing's perfect. So there are a few things that I'm like, if I could change that, I would. But it's nothing major that makes me not ever want to stay there again. But yeah, the cleanliness, that was like just number one. Hands down, I was like, they did the thing, and they made sure to communicate that to their cleanliness and their cleaning practices and their standards. So like on the TV, when I came in, before you even turn on the channels, what's just playing is showing, you know, how they clean, the frequency of cleaning, and just what to expect when you come into the room. And I just thought that was very, very, ultimately very high class, and just very, very, very considerate of them to just let that be known, because of, particularly with everything going on. Yeah, this hotel was just amazing as far as the cleanliness, and I mean, there was a little bit of like age, like a little bit of wear and tear as far as age, but it was well maintained. So it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when you go into a place and you know that it's an older building, but it's not like ran down. It's very much, you know, people have been maintaining it, taking care of it, and it's like, okay, you know, just simple things is like maybe like the knobs on the dresser drawers being faded a little bit, you know, like the gold being a little bit faded or rubbing off, but it wasn't anything that was like where you just was like, like, why does that look like that? And again, this is very relative, you know, to each his own. Sometimes for some people, little things like that really bother them, but it didn't for me. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else that was, you know, really, really bad. Nothing was bad at all. Everything was good. And, you know, again, like I said before, honey, the fact that it was clean and clean from top to bottom is enough for me to say, oh yeah, this is it. This hotel is it. But again, the throw pillows were not there, like they took them off. So that might be something that has changed now, is that the throw pillows might be back, because it's been a year now, a year or going on, you know, pretty much 2 years since everything. So now they may have introduced those throw pillows again. But the throw pillows, I didn't miss throw pillows. I didn't feel like, oh, it needs throw pillows here. No. So yeah, so that's all the good things and wonderful things about the hotel. Now briefly just talk about the restaurant just a little bit. I went on my last day there. I went in the morning and I just got something to go, and I got like a regular like American breakfast, which was like eggs and potatoes, toast, and bacon. I don't eat pork, so I didn't eat the bacon. A little disappointed with the breakfast, but again, I will talk about that more so for the cons. But there are so many places you can eat at. I know the second day for breakfast, I went to a place down the street in Santa Ana, literally down the street, and just a little local spot, and that breakfast was so good. So you don't have to be confined to just like going to the hotel restaurant. And one thing I love is that the staff there at the hotel, they don't pressure you to like go eat at the restaurant. Like they're not trying to oversell it or market to you like, oh yeah, go check out our restaurant. Oh, have you gone to the restaurant? Oh, have you? No one does that. So it's up to you. It's your choice. I know the restaurant does, at that time they were doing like live music on Thursdays, and then they have, of course, like their brunch stuff on the weekends. And so if that's something that you want to check out and enjoy for yourself, you can. What else can I say about this hotel? Well, so far that's all the good. So we covered all the good. So I do want to talk about, you know, some of the cons and some of the things that I would have liked to be a little bit better. And so this one's important because these are things that may be deal breakers for other people, but it wasn't necessarily for me, and I just think it was because of like my experience in this particular trip. So the first thing that is a con for me would be the noise level. Yeah. Unfortunately, this hotel is not, it's not soundproof. It could be a lot more soundproof than what it is. You definitely can hear people next to you. I had a family that was next to me, and they had little ones, so you know, little ones play and do all that and make noises and loud noises, and so I could hear them, and I was just laying in the bed and I could hear them. And it really kind of started like the second night, so pretty much that last night I was there, that's when it started, because I only stayed for 2 nights. And so I did notice, you know, of course, going into the weekend, there's more people that are coming in and staying. So that's another thing, you know, stay during the weekday, because chances are you're not going to have a lot of people coming in, and not a lot of like people with families and stuff coming in. But I definitely was able to hear, me being by the pool, I didn't really hear too much from the pool. Again, the pool wasn't crowded. I only saw like a lady and her son that was there, and then of course the family that was next door, the dad and the 2 little ones were there. And that family was the only people that I heard, was like the little ones, like, you know, of course, making noise. And then there was some group that came and stayed on that floor, and I don't know like what the group was a part of or whatever, but they stayed in different rooms. But somebody out that group was slamming the door. And this isn't just at this hotel, like I've noticed this at certain hotels. So I want to say this, let me straighten up. Do not be that person. All right, so that was my only thing. Actually, no. I have another thing as well, and that was the bed. So again, this is something that's very relative as well, but the bed was a bit too firm for me. It was hard for me to get a really good night's rest because the bed was really firm. But I don't mind, because it's like, I'd rather have a hotel bed that's too firm than one that is way too soft and worn out. And I get it that with hotels, they have to have a certain level of like firmness and all that good stuff, because there's a lot of people sleeping on these beds. And so I truly understand why the bed is so firm, but it just was a bit too firm for me. And, you know, but because that is a personal preference, I'm okay with, you know, bringing whatever I need to bring to make it better, whether that is like a mattress pad or something that will be more comfortable for me. I don't mind doing that. If that bothers you and you don't like super extra firm beds, then you may not like this hotel. I don't think the couch has a bed in it. It may, I'm not sure. You know, sometimes you get the sofa bed combo. I think it is. So I don't know how the sofa bed might be, but you know, definitely for sure the bed itself, it's firm. That's my thing as far as like the hotel, and then the restaurant. So here it goes. So like I said, I had got food to go on the last day, and you can always order food and have it delivered to your room. You can charge it to the room. You can just have the whole experience if you want to. But for me, that was the last day. I just wanted to grab some quick breakfast, and I was very disappointed in the breakfast. I got that American breakfast. It was, again, eggs, potatoes, bacon, which I didn't eat because it was pork bacon, and then toast. But it was little. It was so little, and it cost $10. And it was I was like, this is little. I could have got something somewhere else. And so that's why I said you don't have to eat at the restaurant. The restaurant is called the restaurant is called the Silver Trumpet. And maybe something else would be better. Maybe lunch or dinner would be better, but all I know is that the breakfast was just left much to be desired. I was still hungry after eating it, and yeah, so it pretty much was just not worth the price. And you know, at that particular time, I guess it was like the manager, the main guy or whatever, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling his vibe so well. He just, I don't know, he just didn't seem as, I don't know, he just seemed like he had a chip on his shoulder. And you know, like one of those people that's kind of like, you know, this is my restaurant and my, like, I don't know, he had a chip on his shoulder. And I don't know, and then it just seemed, you know, he's just one of those people that's like so used to his regulars, because a couple of people came in that you could tell were like his regulars, and it's just like the way he was conversing with them, like you could just tell. So it's just like he seemed like one of those people that's like, oh, he's for his regulars, like my regulars are here or whatever. So I don't know, it was just there a little bit, just a little bit. But again, that was then. Dude may not even be there now, so that was just my experience at that time. Other than that, you know, everything else was great, and I had a good time. And my overall feeling being at this hotel is I felt like I was at a spa, even though it was a just luxury hotel and all that. You know, just that feeling you get when you're at a spa and, you know, your hair is wrapped up in the towel and you have the robe, and it's just, you feel so luxurious, and you just are so relaxed, and the music, the soft music is playing. That is how I felt at this hotel. I was so relaxed and happy that, y'all, I was like about to cry leaving. I did not want to leave. I felt like a little kid that, you know, when you tell them it's time to leave, you know, leave the little play area or whatever, they're sitting there crying. You know, it's like, oh, it's time to leave, party over, and they crying because they don't want to go home. Look, that's how I felt. And so yeah, I highly, again, recommend this hotel. And so I want to give my final review, which is my rating, my final rating of the hotel. So let me grab my notes right here. So for hotel design, aesthetics, and atmospherics, I gave it a 5. So it's going to be 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. For friendliness and helpfulness of the staff, it's going to be a 5. For cleanliness, definitely a 5. Location, a 5. Restaurant, a 3. And noise level is going to be a 3. So my overall total, the average, it came to 4.3 as the rating. May bump it up to 4.5. I could do that, but definitely it's in the 4s. So yeah, so definitely the rating is going to be in the 4s. So again, that's very high, and it's definitely, you know, worth the price and everything, the price, the time, your energy, booking the trip and going there. So take everything that I said into consideration, see if that works for you. If not, then keep looking. There's plenty of other hotels in that area that's not Avenue of the Arts. There's a lot of hotels, nice hotels by the beach, but just know that price is going to reflect that for sure. That price is going to be high. Matter of fact, there's one in particular that, man, the way that it's like situated on the corner, and there's a room that's like right in the corner, and you can see the actual beach. I forget, I don't know if it's Huntington Beach. Dang it, it's one of those beaches, but again, there's so many different options that you can choose from. So this is just my experience at this hotel, and hopefully this review has helped some of you out there make a decision on whether this is a place that you want to book and want to stay for yourself. If so, let me know in the comment box below, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.